Welcome back. This video we are going to explore triangle pose. Okay, Trikonasana, Trikonasana, depends on your dialect, I believe. Triangle pose for us English folk. Yeah. So lower half of the body starts in similar foot position to Warrior Two. So there's Warrior Two lunge. Trikonasana, we're just straightening that right leg. Okay. What we do tend to find is the hips maybe not forward, but they go off to that 45-degree angle. Okay. We want to try and keep the hips, the chest, the belly pointing the same way as that back foot. Okay. So in this instance, right toes to the top of the mat, left toes 90 degrees off the side. Our hips, as much as possible, there is a slight kink. You can feel it going that way a little bit there. But as much as possible, bringing it off to the side. Okay. That back foot, it's not turning in 45, it's not turning out the other way. Whatever that other angle is. We're going for 90s. Okay. 90s. Arms come out to a T, Trikonasana. What we tend to find here is that people are desperate to get their hand to the floor. And in trying to get their hand to the floor, they lower down and that back hip comes around. Okay, so you can see from this angle here, that back hips come around here so they can get their hand to the floor and then that left arm goes up. Something else I see as well is this kind of periscope thing, because people try and lift up their arm but they can't, they've not got the shoulder mobility. So in doing so, it either goes back there or points up behind it. Okay? So this is what we want to try and avoid. This is what I see people doing. The hips cave forward, so the hips end up facing down towards the top of the mat and the floor. That left arm can periscope, and we're like a little submarine searching for U-boats. That's what we want to try and avoid. I think I had an emu the other day, actually, wasn't it? Kate, if you're watching. A little emu. Doing a little search around the room. It's quite funny. But yeah, arms out to a T. What I tend to teach is, so imagine someone's pulling on your fingertips with that front hand. Maybe a little soft kink in that front knee, particularly if you're prone to hyperextension. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having that knee straight, as long as we're not hurting into the knee. So if you're prone to hyperextension or it's tender on that knee, slight little kink. We're not bending, just a slight little kink. Again, a little bit more engagement of the thigh, of the calf, of the leg to control rather than just stacking into that joint. Okay, arms out to a T. What I tend to teach, someone's gently pulling on that front middle finger, so lower half of the body doesn't need to move, okay? Stays exactly where it is. We lean forward from the hips until we start to feel the stretch down the back of the thigh, maybe up the inside of that thigh, okay? That's when the right hand goes down, that top hand goes down. Don't have to touch the floor. Left hand comes up. So you're aiming to get a relatively straight line from that bottom hand up to the top hand, okay? That hip, it stays behind. So engage that right sit bone. So the right sit bone's pushing through to push the hips off that way. Okay. The left shoulder blade, like we did in our twisted lunge, left shoulder blade draws back. So we're not just bending at the arm here, the shoulder. We're withdrawing that left shoulder blade back, that upper shoulder blade back towards the right shoulder blade here. Okay. Maybe you look at the floor. Maybe you look at the wall. Maybe the gaze goes up to that top hand. Okay. We want to be as thin as possible through this plane, like we're getting squished between two panes of glass. Nice and tall, reaching. The hips press forward off the side of the mat. That left shoulder blade retracting towards the right shoulder blade. We're not just bending at the shoulder, okay? We've got this mobility here, but we want to retract the shoulder blade. Okay. Trikonasana. Just do it on the other side. The arms out to a T. Left toes forward, right toes 90. You're going to lean forward. Feel the stretch down the left thigh. That's when the left hand goes down, the right hand goes up. Engage that left sit bone, push the hips through. Right shoulder blade pulls back. Rotation through the neck. So not bending the ear to the shoulder, not dropping the head down. Neck's in line with the spine, and then rotate the gaze to what's available. Maybe a stretch up the outside of that hip to the obliques. Maybe a stretch up the back of the left thigh or the inside of the left thigh. Okay, explore it, see how it feels. Maybe do a little recording so you can see if that back hip is kinking round, if that shoulder's kinking round. Yeah, we want to stay on that side plane. Lower half of the body doesn't move. A little teapot. Off we go. Yeah, lean forward. Okay. Some people again, they do take the hand round the back. It's an option. If you've got shoulder issues, maybe it's another option, taking the hand around the back. But yeah, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Nice transition from Warrior 2 into triangle. We'll tie that together in a sequence for next week. Dhanavad. Thank you.